I'd like to know from you as a tech and AI expert, is it something that is unique to X and Grok that is the problem here?
Well, no, as the other people have rightly said, the ladies in the call rightly said, it's not unique to. I mean, another way of looking at this is that each LLM, large language model, each AI system has different data sets, has different capacities, and almost has like different personalities. But they actually are controlled by those people who create them. It's a little bit like, I don't know, if you build a car, certain cars are very quick, certain cars can go off road, certain cars are great at pulling things, etc. I mean, there's lots of different cars. Just bear with me with the analogy of cars. There's lots of different cars, but this is the whole point: is that those cars, if Elon Musk's allowed to have the fastest car that he wants, absolutely acceptable. He's the richest man in the world. That should be fine. Except it's not fine if he decides that he's going to drive that car on our roads, and that car might go 200, 300 miles an hour. He still has to go 70 miles an hour. So this is why the analogy is there. We're not anti-driving here. I mean, I literally teach people how to drive. I teach people how to use AI. I talk about the future of work and, the fifth industrial revolution. AI has the potential to make us all more productive and actually all more happier. But we have to do it with guardrails, and we have to realize that these powerful technologies, it's not like a car. It's much more powerful than that. It links into society. It links into communication. It's a bit like saying innovation's a great thing, so we're just going to get rid of the brakes from cars because we want cars to go fast. Well, cars that go too fast kill people. And what we actually want is AI, which is responsible and has governance and actually cares about people at the end of it. And I think it's pretty appalling that Elon Musk has then come out and said, well, this is bad. This is a bad thing that this happens. But by the way, if you pay for it, you can still do that. I mean, that should be illegal in itself. And by the way, this is why we have governments. So governments can stand up and say, no, this is the line in the sand, and this has gone too far. But we cannot just say the only AI out there that can do this is Grok, because that is not the case, because it's generative AI. But all the ones that can do this should be illegal and should be stopped.
I'd like to focus it now on the ban issue then, that Dan started to tease as well, because the thing is here, like, as you've all said, other AI has the capability to do this. However, there's something theatrical about having this in such a public space that others can see it, which creates that humiliating factor. So as a result, do you support a ban on all generative AI? Do you support a ban on Grok? Or do you just think actually ban is the wrong way to do this at all? I'm just going to leave it open for all three of you to have a chat. But I suppose, Dan, I'll let you go first, given you haven't spoken for a while.
Well, I think that, to be fair, as a man, it's not really my place to be talking about this, to be completely frank. But
I was talking about, yes, that's a fair point. But what I meant is from like the AI model in terms of
okay.
banning everything. That's what I wasn't going to go to you on a woman's perspective. But what I meant is from the tech perspective, is it feasible to actually just ban one AI? Is that even a thing that we should be doing?
Well, again, it's technically possible to do so, of course, and that's okay, isn't it? The bigger question is the political ramifications from doing so. But again, we shouldn't hide behind morality. We shouldn't not do a moral thing because, America and other people might not like us for doing so. The other thing is, of course, Grok can simply change, and because Grok is not a person, it's a series of algorithms and AI systems which are controlled, unfortunately, mainly by men, which is why you have this problem. But those people can definitely stop this from happening. You can stop it from making these images, and you can do so pretty much instantly. It's not hard baked into the system. And so they can stop it from happening. They've decided not to because they believe it's a bit of bastion of free speech, which of course it isn't. Free speech protects you from, maybe around opinions and governments coming involved, but it doesn't stop you from being harmful to others. It shouldn't do that. Now the deeper thing here is that by allowing it to happen, as you rightly said, ChatGPT doesn't do this, Claude doesn't do this, Gemini doesn't do this, DeepSeek doesn't do this. There are countless ones out there that don't do this. It's only Grok that is allowed to do this because the guardrails were removed, because Elon Musk, who owns it, because he owns X as well, he has pure autonomy on this, the old classic, power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. It just allows him to be able to do this kind of carte blanche. And that is the danger, is that he can come in and say, oh no, I've decided this is the moral stance I'm taking, which I find immoral. But because he's allowed to, because there's no way of stopping it, but there is, because we could simply turn it off in this country. And you could, because Indonesia is starting to do that. Australia is looking into doing it. India's looked to doing it. There are lots of countries that have actually taken a stand. It's whether our government actually has the guts to do so.